Who do you think is going to head the coalition, and are you going to run for president again?
We had a similar, merger in 2014, and there were about 4 of us, is it 2 or 3? We all ran for president, and one of us emerged, and we all supported the one who emerged, and he won. I have not seen Nigeria in dire need of, an experience and credible leadership than this time.
Were you surprised that the state of emergency passed so easily in the National Assembly?
I was not surprised because I know the leadership is corrupt. I have no apologies about that. And they could do anything. And the Senate President is known actually to be having those type of character even when he was a governor.
This is the classic Atiku Abubakar that is speaking. The Atiku Abubakar that is corny. He was asked in this interview if he is going to contest in the 2027 general election. Remember, there is a coalition talk ongoing. Rather than being straightforward in answering whether he will contest the 2027 presidential election or not, Atiku Abubakar was neither here nor there. He rather gave a reference as to what happened when they had a similar merger prior to the 2015 presidential election. Yes, Atiku Abubakar contested the APC primaries when APC was formed ahead of the 2015 general election. He came third in that election. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso came second, while President Muhammadu Buhari came first. APC was formed for the sole purpose of grabbing power from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The same way you have the northern politicians gathering around today to unseat Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 was the same way they also gathered prior to the 2015 presidential election to unseat President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But they had one man in mind, and that man was President Muhammadu Buhari. In the 2011 presidential election, President Muhammadu Buhari got over 11 million votes. Over 19% of President Muhammadu Buhari vote was gotten from the north, especially the northwest and the northeast. Buhari had a cult followership in these zones, but he was unable to become the president of Nigeria because his followership was just limited to this zone. All he needed was an alignment from the south and he would become the president. So the politicians from the south took advantage of President Muhammadu Buhari's cult followership in the north. So when APC was formed, they already agreed that they were going to give him the presidential ticket because they wanted to win election. They wanted to take power away from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. So the primaries was just a mere formalities. So it was easy for President Muhammadu Buhari to emerge as the winner of that primary. If that primary was conducted as the typical primary that is being conducted in PDP and APC, Atiku Abubakar would have won that primary. Winners of political parties in Nigeria, especially in APC and PDP, is not all about competency. It's not all about your ability to do the job. It's not all about your excellence. It is about someone that has the largest war chest to execute that primary. As long as you have the largest political war chest to buy off delegates in the primaries, you will emerge the winner. Yes, Atiku Abubakar is that man who can buy his way to get the presidential ticket. Unfortunately for him, it was all agreed beforehand that President Muhammadu Buhari would be given the presidential ticket. So it was difficult for him to buy his way through in the 2014 APC presidential primary. Atiku Abubakar left the APC, came to PDP, and in the 2019 PDP presidential primary, it was reported that he bought his way through with dollars. In the 2023 presidential primaries, he went toe-to-toe with Nyesom Wike and defeated him money-wise. 2027 is going to be another election year. Atiku Abubakar is leading the pack for a coalition, but he is not making it known that he is going to contest or not. He's keeping it secret. So what Atiku Abubakar is trying to do right here is to lure other opposition leaders like Mr. P2B to join the coalition party, and then the primary will be conducted. Once primary is being announced, you cannot stop anybody from contesting in that primary. As long as you have the money to buy your nomination form, you are free to contest. Atiku Abubakar will definitely buy the nomination form and also contest with other aspirants, and then he's going to use his money to buy off everybody and will secure the ticket. Once the primary is done and dusted, the opposition leaders like Mr. Peter Obi will find it difficult to leave and join another political party. The electoral law forbids politicians to participate in political primaries in two political parties. I am sure someone like Mr. Peter Obi is aware of what Atiku is planning. That is the reason why he is reluctant to announce his next move regarding the coalition party. He has already stated that he is still a member of the Labour Party. This hide-and-seek game that Atiku Abubakar is playing is going to destroy any chance of removing Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 general election. Atiku Abubakar not contesting the 2027 general election is very instrumental in removing Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office in 2027. Like I've always stated, Atiku Abubakar is the sole reason why Nigeria is where Nigeria is today. His greed of becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was the reason why APC came to power in 2015. Atiku Abubakar helped form APC. He financed APC. He was instrumental in taking away the northern politicians and other southern politicians from PDP into APC. In 2019, he contested against President Muhammadu Buhari but lost the election. In 2023, everyone asked the PDP to zone the presidential tickets to the south, especially the southeast. Mr. Peter Obi was the best suited candidate to get the PDP presidential ticket. I remember clearly Nigerian youth went to all the PDP offices across the country beseeching PDP to give Mr. Peter Obi the presidential ticket and promising the PDP that they will win the election for the PDP. But yet Atiku Abubakar also threw himself into the presidential primaries. Mr. Peter Obi could not compete with Atiku Abubakar and all the money bags in the PDP. He left the PDP to the Labour Party. Mr. Peter Obi leaving the PDP to the Labour Party split the opposition vote. This gave APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu the opportunity to easily rig the 2023 general election. We know that Mr. Peter Obi won that election, but it would have been very difficult for APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rig that election if the opposition was not divided. 2023 was a mistake. 2027 is an opportunity for that mistake to be corrected. The mistake done in 2023 can easily be corrected if all the opposition politicians come together and contest in one fold. But there is a big problem here. Nigeria is a multi-religion, ethnic and cultural state. Religion and ethnic sentiment plays a very important role in our politics. President Muhammadu Buhari, a Northerner and a Muslim, ruled for 8 years from 2015 to 2023. In the 2023 presidential election, the APC decided to zone their party ticket to the south and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu secured the party ticket. After President Muhammadu Buhari completing 8 years in office, it is being viewed that a southerner should equally complete 8 years in office. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently the president and he is going to complete 4 years in office in 2027. The voting sentiment in 2027 will favor a southern candidate. As it stands now, Atiku Abubakar is desperate to contest. Atiku Abubakar wants to become the president. Atiku Abubakar contesting the 2027 general election will destroy any hope of defeating Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. He knows that time is against him. He knows that age is against him. He knows that his only chance of becoming the president is in 2027 when he will be 81 years old. Again, as a two-term former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar sees himself as the most experienced politician. He doesn't see himself stepping down for any politician in that coalition party. So the stake of Atiku Abubakar contesting the 2027 general election is very high, but that's going to be a big problem like I told you earlier. Majority of Nigerians will prefer a southern candidate to continue ahead of a northern candidate. If Atiku Abubakar eventually flies the coalition presidential flag and square up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, majority of Nigerians will prefer to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu than to vote for Atiku Abubakar. And of course, someone like Mr. Peter Obi will definitely contest in another political party. This will lead to another divided opposition vote, the same scenario we had in 2023. We definitely know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not win the 2027 general election. He will not win any election in Nigeria. But if the opposition politicians in Nigeria decide to contest on a stand-alone ticket, it is going to be a sweet rigging experience for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There is strength in numbers. If the opposition parties come together, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC, the National Assembly, the Judiciary, INEC, we will not be able to win the 2027 general election. Nigerians should focus more on building a coalition. This shouldn't be left to the opposition politicians alone. Everyone must come together and insist on this coalition. If possible, Nigerians should beg Atiku Abubakar not to contest the election. He should support the coalition. He should be given a deal, maybe to provide a vice president or nominate ministers for the next government. Whatever it will take not to divide the opposition vote ahead of the 2027 general election should be done. Whatever it will take to take power away from Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be done. That should be the focus of most Nigerians. Again, it is not just about forming a coalition. It is about presenting a credible and a reliable candidate. The only credible and a reliable candidate so far is Mr. Peter Obi. Yes, Peter Obi is the only politician in Nigeria with a 6 million block vote. Mr. Peter Obi is the only opposition politician in Nigeria that can guarantee a minimum of 6 million votes. Just like President Muhammadu Buhari was handed the APC presidential ticket in 2015, Mr. Peter Obi should also be handed a coalition ticket ahead of the 2027 general election. With support from the Northwest and the Northeast, it will be game over for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Nigerians are tired of Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. They can't wait to vote him out. All the opposition politicians need to do is to leverage on the overwhelming willingness of Nigerians to vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu out in 2027 and present a credible candidate. 2027 is the only opportunity for Nigerians to take back their country. If Nigerians allow Bola Ahmed Tinubu to continue beyond 2027, he is going to consolidate his grip on Nigeria. He is going to consolidate his grip on our key institutions like INEC, the National Assembly, the judiciary. This will make the 2031 presidential election more difficult to win. I seriously hope we get it right in 2027 because we cannot continue like this. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.